Hello again. I made a mistake in my last one, so this is in two parts now. So we're going to carry on. So Leeds City College, there'll be details to follow, but be aware of that webinar on the 29th of April. Next section then, we'll just talk about current year 11s who are considering moving to our sixth form at Temple Moor. So just some details there. Again, this will all come out after Easter, but just give you the heads up so you know what's going to come forward. The staff at the school are working on a series of transition packs or booklets and some resources that will help you access post-16 study. They will be in place, as I say, over Easter and sent out to those students that are wanting to come back to us at Temple Moor in year 12 and 13. There will also be individual support offered to students who need it from Mrs. Passfield. That will start from next week. She's our careers advisor. So again, individual students will be contacted directly with that information. That's that bit. Right. Next bit. You'll probably note that this video will be put on YouTube like it was last week, but it'll also be put on something called Microsoft Stream, which is what we all have access to through Office 365 at school. In order to access Stream, you need your Temple Moor username and password. So can you please make sure you've got that? And if you haven't got that, contact your pastoral officer in the first instance, and we'll try and get that organised for you. Because in future weeks, we're not going to put it on YouTube. We're going to keep it within our own kind of control on MS Stream. So if you can just bear that in mind, that'd be fantastic. I'll take that one off. Done the briefing sheet. Right, next one. Should we do a bit on the quiz? So this is the quiz I did last week about the picture here. So I got lots of emails with lots of answers, some really interesting answers, lots of correct answers, but I couldn't reply to them all. I can't reply to them all, so please accept my apologies. But I will reply to the winning one, okay? And the winning one was Samuel, who, what's their surname, who said it was the limestone pavement at White Scars, Ingleborough, in the Yorkshire Dales, which is correct, okay? But what you'll notice is they've kind of edited the picture because there's a lot more trees and they've kind of taken those out, and obviously they've done something with the filters and the colours, etc. But yeah, that's a great picture because on this very day I proposed to my wife at the top of that mountain, so that's the reason why it's up in my living room. So there you go, something to know there. And we did the three peaks there, the Yorkshire Three Peaks, and the Yorkshire Three Peaks on that day was covered in 7 hours 55 minutes. So if anybody can beat that, please let me know. That's not a quiz, that's just of interest. Right, should we talk about some work from students, some positive stories here really. Just a couple of things from English here. Tyler's work in English language was excellent, says Mrs. Gibson, so well done. And also Mrs. Gibson wants to kind of draw our attention to the use of poetry. Now poetry can help us at times of difficulty and challenges that we've got currently, something we've never faced before. And I think it's really important to remind ourselves we've got to express ourselves in some way, which is why I encouraged you to use social media last week. But what I would say to you now is that poetry is a way of being able to express ourselves. You could do a podcast, you could do something like this, a video cast. Why do I do this video cast? It helps me enormously because it means that I feel still in touch with the students at school and parents for that matter. And when I do the staff one later, it helps me kind of speak to the staff and it helps me kind of express myself. So I feel an awful lot better after this, I have to say, because it is difficult for all of us, including me. One piece of poetry I'm going to draw your attention to is from the poet laureate Simon Armitage. Now, Simon Armitage is actually from West Yorkshire, so he's one of us, if you like, and he's written a piece, and I think if you search on it online, you'll be able to find it. It's Simon Armitage, and the poem is called Lockdown. And it's something that kind of gives you time to contemplate what's taking place in the world and help you kind of assimilate it and make more sense of it, if that's at all possible. The actual piece of poetry is based on a bubonic plague in the 17th century England. So if you search for that, you'll be able to find that. I'll give you the first few lines just to give you a sense of it. Glasses, hang on. And I couldn't escape the waking dream of infected fleas in the warp and weft of soggy cloth by the tailor's hearth in ye old Eam. Then couldn't unsee the boundary storm that cocked-eyed dice with its 6 dark holes, thimbles brimming with vinegar wine, purging the plagued coins. Okay, and it goes on. So have a look at that, and it might be that what you do is that you write a piece of poetry based on the situation that you're in, or your feelings on a matter, or you might actually, as I say, do a social media post, a podcast or a video cast of some description. Or you might want to draw something that kind of expresses your kind of sense of what's taking place in the world to kind of help you kind of make sense, as I say, the best you can of it all. Next bit of information I've got for you, if I can find it, is to do with Brilliant Club. So we've got a number of Year 10 students who are involved with Brilliant Club, and they've done fantastically well. So let's just read this out. We have 12 Year 10 students graduated from the Brilliant Club this year. All completed a dissertation on the mind in time, navigating past and future thinking, under the guidance of a PhD psychology lecturer. 5 of these students gained a first class or 2-1, and a first is marked in accordance to a grade A star or A at A level for a piece of writing. All students were formally recognised in the graduation ceremony at the University of Leeds. We're very proud of you all. It's a fantastic achievement, and obviously it will help you prepare for higher education. So well done to all the students involved with that. Another good news story here. This is from Mr. Parks, Miss Newman and Miss Rogers. They would like to pass on a really big well done and thank you to all the A-level mathematicians in year 12 and 13. Overall, the quality of work has been excellent, and your dedication to meeting deadlines and cooperation with our expectations has been everything for which we could have asked for. We wish you all and your families as peaceful and relaxing time over Easter break as possible under these difficult circumstances. So some good news there. So thank you to all the maths team there for that one. And do we have some more? I think we do have some more somewhere. You can tell I'm organised, can't you? I think we have some good news stories actually from Mrs. Greenfield and Miss Garnier around, must be in this book here, around the work that we've been doing as the dual linguists in year 10 and the year 10 German group. Fantastic work apparently, so thank you to all of you working so hard there, you linguists. Right, next thing, I think that's it for now. I'm sure I've forgotten something, but I'm going to do the staff one now, so it's difficult to keep in touch with everything, and I'm not a YouTuber, as you can probably tell. Should we do the quiz? Right, so this quiz is going to be slightly different. I would like you, also bear in mind, so at Christmas I got what's called a record player. I don't know if people are aware of these things, because obviously people stream music now, and I'm sure people don't even know what a cassette is. But so I've got a large collection of vinyl records. I'm sure your parents will appreciate this. And I've got a record player at Christmas and I was able to play various records. So I've got 2 records, and they're quite big records. They look like this, you see. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is, I'm going to show you 2 records, 2 vinyl records. I'd like you to tell me, just show you the covers, I'd like you to tell me the name of the album, the name of the artist, and I'd like you to tell me about the year of release. And obviously, I know that there's no chat box, is it chat box or something? There's no chat box on class chat. So if you email your pastoral officer, or if you email me, that's fine with a response. Don't expect a reply from me unless you're the winning person, and that will be if you get both of them right, and you're the first person to get both right with all the details I need. So just to remind yourself, I need the name of the album, I need the name of the artist, and the date or the year of release. If you get that and you get both of them correct, then you win and you will get a reward when we all come back to school. So here's the first one, and I'll show it on the screen. You probably want your parents to help you with this one. Obviously, I've used expensive post-it notes to cover up the names. That's the first one. And the second one is this. This is my favourite album of all time. And there you go. Right, I think that's it. I'll just double check my notes. If I miss anything, obviously I'll do it next Friday. So even though we're on Easter, I will certainly stay in touch with you. So I'll just have a quick recap next week. We have, obviously the school remains closed, but we have a virtual school, if you like, or a new school over at Whitkirk. We continue to do that. And staff have been working really hard, looking after children whose parents are obviously critical workers and trying to help keep the country going. So we're very, very proud of our contribution to that. That's it for now, I think. I'll probably get told off by one of my senior staff for forgetting something. So if I do that, I'll do it next week, or I'll make sure a message comes out via my head. And I apologise for having 2 videos because I forgot to do it properly and I didn't want to start it all over again. Right. I hope you have a great week, and I'll speak to you next Friday. All the best. Bye-bye.